Someone did say a cucumber should have broken the streak. That's
Ain't no need for that.
the dragon chaser.
Put that on whoever said that.
The dragon chaser.
The dragon chaser.
My favorite
I got
comment so
something
far.
you can chase. How about that? I got something you can chase with your damn cucumber comments. This is now referred to as the earn. Every time that I say, I'm going to have to contribute to the earn. So I'm really trying to be cognizant of getting that tick out of my delivery. And the only way to do is hit me where it hurts. The old pocketbook.
The old pocketbook.
Because all the rest of my nerves are dead and numb. The only thing that matters is the old pocketbook.
You still got a little bit of feeling in that left butt cheek where the wallet sits. And you can... So yeah, that's the jar, hopefully, or you earn. So hopefully,
come on, be respectful. The earn.
The earn. All right. Well, Mark, it's I'm glad to see that you showed up again this week.
Well, I had a new shirt, so I figured I might as well show it. The back of it's really nice, but that's not going to do me much good.
Hell's Gate. So yeah, if anybody wants any merch, just go to 6 Feet Under.
Right
merch.
out of the get go, let's hit them up.
Just go buy some merch. 6feetundermerch.com. We got some new designs out there for you. So got Hell's Gate, Snake Eyes. We went and paid tribute to some of your moves. From back in the day.
Before they get used up and added as high spots to people's matches.
But
I'm not bitter.
You're not an old, angry wrestler.
No, not at all.
No.
No, these kids making money. I don't care. I lived in my car. I want everybody to make millions of dollars.
That's why you did what you did for everyone else. Not for yourself, but for everyone else.
That's the kind of guy I am. I'm always thinking about the little guy.
Always thinking about the little guy. Always looking to help people.
That's why I'm a giver.
I've heard that. This episode is sponsored by Happy Dad.
Yeah, maybe your last episode.
It might put a smile on your face.
Bud.
So I know that they sent you something special.
Yeah, they
got
did.
you the Texas version over there.
Texas version, and I have not yet partake in Texas Happy Dads. I'm about to right now.
Yeah, that's the watermelon. I got the hard iced tea peach. Little Georgia peach over here.
Georgia peach. Tough. Hang on. Oh, that's tasty.
Mine's really good too.
Texas.
Yeah. That tastes like a peach iced tea, to be honest with you. Exactly.
Happy
like it
Dad
says.
does it again.
They do it again every time. So we appreciate those guys for sending those out to us. I've still got the big tall boy over here, Death Row Records.
Yep.
You and Snoop are friends.
Well, not if you keep handling that Death Row. He's going to take it back. We need what Death Row. I mean, we need I don't know, Happy Dads. Y'all know you need to come up with the dead man.
A little dead man.
Happy Dad.
Happy Dad. That'd be cool.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg stole the Olympics. It feels like.
Dude, he was everywhere. I mean, I've heard numbers, but I don't want to believe it.
Of what he got paid
Per day.
There's no telling.
It was a lot.
Well, first of all, it's a lot to get me on a plane to go to France, and then to be able to do that and do what he did.
Okay, one, that plane is probably a G5.
God forbid, he's
Ton of security.
Yeah.
They're pretty.
Not the
they're
worst.
They're pretty relaxed, I believe, as far as the herb, the cannabis,
So he's not fighting through LAX and all that stuff. You don't think? You don't think he's having to deal with that baggage claim?
No,
none of that stuff.
Bruh. No,
he's not having to go to Avis.
No, sir.
He does have to go to Avis to get his rental car. You don't think?
No, I don't think he's dealing with a rental car.
No,
I don't think so.
Good for him.
You know what? Good for him.
Yeah, I think what's crazy.
And you got to see it because it was a pretty damn cool Olympics too. But
the Olympics this year was awesome.
Other than I don't even want to get into it, but I was close. They went a little too far. A little too far. I'm gonna leave it alone because
But there's a lot of positives that came out of the Olympics.
There are a lot of positives came out.
A lot of positives.
Simone Biles, man, did she like bounce back from Tokyo? She's amazing, man. That's just incredible that somebody is that gifted athletically. It's just ridiculous.
If there's anybody that's got more heat than Dom, it's her husband, though. Which is so dumb in my opinion.
Oh my gosh. Well, how about the girl from the last Olympic team that badmouthed them about being lazy and oh my gosh, what was she thinking?
Waking up a sleeping dragon.
Yeah, she did that.
That's what happens. And then and I think he's a UT guy. Ryan Krauser, the shot put guy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I believe he's the first three-time gold medalist in shot put.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's of course beauty, but that makes sense.
Funniest video that came out about him, I don't know if you've seen it or not, where he's comparing his hands on the Today Show. I don't know if you saw that or not. So like his right hand is like probably 30-40% bigger than his left hand.
Right.
And he's like showing it. And he's like, you can see how my right hand is bigger than my left hand. And then it switched to this girl who's in the Olympics as well. And she's a shot putter. And she goes, yeah, my hands are the same way. She shows her right hand. And then she shows her left hand. It's just a nub. She's part of the Paralympics. She was like, my right hand's bigger as well, right?
Wow. You know what? Good for her.
I was like, that is great.
You know what? You take a negative and turn it into, that's awesome, though, really.
So like, yeah, she was born without a hand, and she's in the Paralympics for the USA as a shot putter for the females.
Good for her, man. That's awesome.
She was showing the same thing. She's like, yeah, my right hand's bigger too.
I had no idea where you were going with that. I was just nodding and shaking my head like, oh, that's a sweet little story you're telling, Matt. I'm about to fall asleep. But you saved it. It was a good story. You told it. Yeah,
it was pretty good.
That caught me off guard. That did.
Then the highlight of the Olympics for me was Steph Curry and what he did in that final game with 4 straight three-pointers that should have never went in on a couple of them.
Man, that's just next level talent.
And that was a one and done for him. He never had been in the Olympics.
Steph had never been?
Nope. He had never played in the Olympics. And he's like, this is probably going to be the last time that I have that opportunity at this type of level to be able to play in the Olympics. He goes, I want to go do this. This will be the only Olympics I'm in, and I'm going to win gold. That was his entire mission.
I think, with a sport like that and being a professional, making as much money, winning world championships and everything, I don't think I'd only want to do it once if I won the gold. Like if I came up with a silver or bronze or something or didn't medal, then maybe different. But if I did win the gold, I think I'd only want to do it once.
Yeah.
I would give, if you had Steph Curry's resume, like he's won
everything.
I think he's won MVP, right?
Multiple times.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think one Olympic gold medal, I would call it a day. Let somebody else have that opportunity because he's probably going to he'll probably make at 28. He wouldn't be, what's Steph?
Yeah, he could play probably in the 28 Olympics, but I think he looked at it as that I won't be as healthy.
Yeah.
He's 15 years in now. You're talking, that'd be 19 years into the league.
Wow.
Of him playing. So I think that he's looking at it. I think he's looking at the fact that he's probably maybe going to be retired by then. And, doesn't want to just roll out there as just a figurehead.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to go out there, especially with this team. You got Kevin Durant, you got LeBron, guys that he likes to play with already.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of his main reasons there too. And go out there and just win that gold. And that way, he walks into his man cave and
gets to see that for the rest of his life every day he walks in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know basketball around the world is getting better. Europe is really come a long way, but I still don't understand how anybody challenges the best that the United States can.
The 92 team was.
Yeah.
I look at that team and I understand that the teams in Europe and just the teams around the world weren't what they are today. Don't get me wrong, but
that team still beats the crap out of it.
This is how crazy. So there's insane stats about the 92 Olympics, right? About the 92 Dream Team. They never called a timeout one time.
Really? I had no clue. I had no idea.
They never called a timeout.
No idea. No.
Which is insane to me, right? You never called it.
Never
called a timeout. Don't need them. We're good.
We're up by 10. We're up by 15. We're up 20.
We're good. And, someone that I know very well, Karl Malone. Karl Malone was, supposed to be the starter. Supposed to be the starting power forward.
Right.
And he just couldn't, he was just off. He even said that. He goes, I was just off. I just couldn't rebound. Nothing was working for me. And literally went to the coach and was like, Charles Barkley should start ahead of me. When you're number 2 power forward.
Is Charles Barkley.
It's Charles Barkley. And then all of a sudden now it's Karl Malone. And you're like, how are you going to beat that team? Mm-mm. And you got Magic. You got Bird.
Yeah. Bird was at the end of his. Yeah, he was on his last legs. I would have loved to have seen some prime Bird on that team. I mean, that would have been just shooting fish in a barrel at that point. Well, it wasn't already, but I would just love to have seen prime MJ, Magic, Bird. Wow.
Yeah. One of the greatest moments of my life.
Who was the center for that team?
David Robinson.
David Robinson. That's right.
The Admiral.
Yeah.
He was the starting center. You had, Magic at point. And his backup's John Stockton.
It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
So, you got Magic at point. You got Robinson at center. You got Barkley at power forward.
Jeez.
And then you got, Jordan.
I love watching the old footage of those guys at practice, getting ready.
So that's where, I would love to get Karl on the podcast to talk about just that Olympic run that he had.
Can you get him out of Alaska?
Well, he'll be back in the lower 48. What's this, August? So it'll probably be September. He'll be back in the lower 48. And he's neighbors with them Duck Commander boys, so we might need to go over there and shoot some ducks and maybe smoke some cigars with Karl. And that could be a nice long weekend.
Maybe a road trip.
It'll be a nice little road trip.
Little podcast road trip.
But him talking about the famous practice that, has been heard. If people don't know about it, it was they played the college team. The college team came in and beat them. And then the next day they played the college team again. And the rumor has it that they beat that college team like they owed them money.
I would imagine.
And then after that, they ended up having a practice where they kicked the coaches out of the practice. And it was 5-on-5 with, who was the college kid?
Christian Laettner.
Christian Laettner was just sitting on the sideline watching this happen. And it was a 5-on-5 of all Hall of Famers going at it.
Oh, just goats, all of them, man.
And Karl said, he told me, I would have never, he said, I wouldn't pay one penny to go. He goes, I wouldn't go watch an NBA game to save my life these days. He goes, I would have never paid money to go watch our games in the Olympics. He said, we were beating people so bad. He said, but I would have literally leveraged everything that I owned if it meant that I could have a seat in that gym to watch us practice. He goes, our practices were better than any games I ever played in my life.
Man.
He's like that. He said those 5-on-5s. He goes, there was never a game ever like that, not even in the finals. He goes, those practices were that intense.
Oh man.
He said they were that intense. Because everybody on there was an alpha. Everybody
All
on that
alphas.
team.
Yep.
They were all alphas, and they were just ruthless and just blood on their lips wanting to kill.
That's man.
Yeah. And that was so hearing the stories about him playing in the Olympics on the 92 and highlight of my life was he let me put on the 92 and 96 Olympic gold medals.
Really?
Yeah. So I got to wear the Olympic gold medals.
If I had gold medals, you would get anywhere close to them.
So it's one thing to be able to put your hands on an Olympic gold medal, but to put your hands on the Dream Team's Olympic gold medals.
That's next level. That's next level. Handling other people's medals. I'm just saying.
And now here's something that's insane though that he had from that Dream Team. He's the only person in history that had jersey, shorts, and shoes from every single player on the 92 team.
You've told me that before.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
how did he do that?
His wife, Miss K, she's the one that she went into the locker room after I don't know, their second game or something.
She told him?
Well, all the guys were essentially that's essentially what she did. All the guys were just throwing them in a bin, and they'd get washed. And they had like 4 sets of jerseys and shorts and stuff, and they're just throwing them in the bin and just leaving. And Miss K was like, "Carl, what happens to y'all's uniforms after it's all said and done?" He goes, "I don't know."
They thought it probably hadn't even crossed his mind.
Yeah, he goes, "I don't know." And she went to the
trainer,
the athlete, the uniform guy, whatever that guy is, and he was like, "Yeah, if you want them," he goes, "I can."
Can you imagine pulling? Oh, they're Jordans.
She got
there's Bird. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Oh, Magic. Let me get Magic.
So what she did was she goes, "I'm never going to be in the same room with all these guys again." So she told the guy, she goes, "I need today's uniforms." So she got all the uniforms from that game essentially, and then the next time that they played, she literally went through with everybody's jerseys, shoes, and it just went down the lockers. Every one of them decided. Nobody even thought about what she was doing. She took that back, stored it away, and when he built his big dealership out in Salt Lake City, he had mannequins put up on the second floor, and it was all behind glass and everything, and had all just like they were basketball players.
How much do you think that would be worth?
Funny you should say that. So there's a company called Golden that does autographs and stuff like that. They're like an auction, like an online auction company.
Right.
So they'll have Tyson's gloves and everything else. So this guy they do a television show. They do a show on Netflix. So they'll do 12 episodes of him searching for baseball cards. And then, you've pulled this one of one card of, LeBron James, and they'll sit down with you and they'll go, "Okay, we're going to do an online auction, and you're going to, whatever it goes for, that's what you get." And they get a commission off of it.
Sure.
Carl's on the last episode of their first season where he gave him all those uniforms. The part that broke my heart was they pieced them all out.
Oh.
That's the part that
they didn't sell them as a set.
He pieced them all out. So you got Bird's jersey here, you got Pippen's over here, you got.
What good is it to have the shorts without the jersey?
I think I don't know if he did shorts and jersey together, but I know he pulled the shoes to the side, if I'm not mistaken, and then I don't know if he did the shorts by themselves, but I know he did he pulled the shoes out, here's the shoes, but he pieced it out in the sense of, you can just bid on Larry Bird's game worn 92 Olympics jersey, and I'm and that's awesome. If you're a Larry Bird fan, you get to have that. But I'm gonna be honest with you, if I've got the money, I'm going in there going, I want the whole kit and caboodle. I want to be able to have every player's like full setup like Carl had. And like from what I could tell, like he did the same thing like with his MVP trophies, all pro trophies. Like his man cave had all this stuff in it except for that setup, but he had like his MVP trophy stuff in his man cave, gave it all to this guy to auction off. Carl don't need the money. He's fine. He's done very well for himself. But I remember him telling me one time before that he goes, I've got 2 MVP trophies, and I think he's got 6 kids. And he goes, what I'm going to do?
Can't chip them up, break them up.
He's like, so I think his Olympic gold medals, they're going to go to the NBA Hall of Fame whenever he passes away. But like Miss K told me, oh my God, she told me one day, she said that she was cleaning out the house. And she goes like, I told the kids to come over and get some, whatever they wanted. She goes, I took the rest of stuff to Goodwill. She goes, like Carl's like warm up uniforms and stuff like that. Took them to Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Yeah. It's like his all-star like warm ups. And I was like, okay. I was like,
I just started sweating, right?
I'm sitting there thinking, okay, like I'm not necessarily a person I've never asked you to sign something for me to put in my own home. But I've asked you to sign stuff to auction off for charity. I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, Miss K, like I could auction this stuff off for charity and make a lot of money for some great causes. And she goes, oh, next time you come through town, let's
go through the attic.
She's like, I got a tub of just Carl's stuff.
Wow.
Mark, we got a new sponsor, Artisan Grange.
Artisan Grange.
They're right here in Texas.
Good.
They do like a hemp pouch, non-tobacco, non-nicotine. Looks like a dip can, so you can still look cool with it in your back pocket.
Get that skull ring in your back
That's
pocket.
right. You can get that ring in your back pocket, right? Like all the cool kids are doing. But they got great flavors, cinnamon, mint. They got like a coffee one as well.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You don't have to spit. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Just a little pouch.
Yeah, let me try one.
Smells good. Throw it in your lip. You can do one in the lower. You can do one in the top. Look at this. You can just fill your mouth full of. My granny used to do snuff up there at the top of her lip.
Yeah. I had a great aunt that did that. Mm-hmm. I had a silver can on her porch.
Well, this no tobacco, no nicotine, Artisan Grange, Texas-based, Texas-born and bred, right here, just like you.
Got to be a good company.
It's got to be a good company. All people need to do is just click the link in our description. They can get themselves some cans also. Like I said, tons of different flavors. They all taste really good. And they're just made of hemp, 5 milligrams of CBD. It's not going to get you high. It's not going to get you any of that crap that people will think. It's just good for you.
It's just good for you.
It's just good for you. Maybe helps you get off tobacco. Maybe it helps get you off nicotine, whatever, and be a little bit more of a natural alternative to dipping.
A natural alternative.
Yes. So, Artisan Grange.
Artisan Grange.
We appreciate y'all supporting the podcast. Click the link in the description below and pick yourself some Artisan Grange up. But that 92 team, I'm right there with you. I just don't see how anybody could beat that team.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. Ain't nobody can convince me that any team is going to beat that team.
And you can sit here and make the argument that maybe the guys now are more athletic, but they don't have what those guys have.
They don't have that dog in them like that team did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Any team's got Jordan and Magic.
I'm not betting against them.
Ain't no way.
No.
Ain't no way.
Even Bird not being on the court.
He'd be in their head just talking trash and not have to get. I don't know, man. I know these guys. No, I think they break them. They would break them down. I'm sorry. I know that's going to be that's going to load the comments up with, but I don't think there's a team.
I don't think so either.
I think what they would do to them mentally and physically would overcome the athleticism that they would have today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It just when David Robinson is down there in the paint, like, I don't care. Like, that's unless you're Shaq,
Yeah.
you're not doing anything with that.
Yeah.
Shaq's the only person
Well,
that I would, Shaq's the only person that I would sub out another player on that team for. He's the only person. Like, when it comes to position wise,
right. You'd put Shaq in over Robinson.
I'd put Shaq in over Robinson. Every other position, I don't swap anybody.
No, I would agree with that.
I think Shaq is the most dominant, center of all time. But I mean, he's right there as most dominant player of all time too. When he wanted to be dominant, when he was focused.
Yeah.
I mean, Larry Brown said going into that 0-1 finals, he goes, "We need 18 fouls when playing against Shaq." You've got to have 18 fouls to play against him.
Shaq's a beast, man.
Yeah. So, but the Olympics were fun. Snoop Dogg was. Did you see his pin? They have the Olympic pins that they'll swap. The countries will swap pins and everything. So he had his own pin, and he would
was it
swap.
a blunt or what?
Close. So it was a picture of him blowing smoke, and it was smoke rings that were the Olympic rings.
Sweet. Oh man, that's good.
So yeah, that was pretty cool to see that. But the Olympics were fun, and now that we've sat here and talked about things that we enjoy, we're probably gonna get some negative comments.
Negative comments.
Some haters.
I lose sleep. I lose sleep over negative comments.
I know you do. And I wanted to bring to your attention those maybe some negative and just some funny ones. And
wait. What are you doing? Wait a minute. You got to run this stuff by me.
So I worked with the team in the shadows, and I was like, "Hey, Nick," I said, "pull together." I was like, "Mark loves giving me a hard time." I was like, "I know the fans give me a hard time. I'll pull some of those comments together and let's review these comments."
Wait a minute. You want to give time. You want to give time to comments.
Sure, why not? These people took their time to write them. We might as well give them.
Are you turning baby? What a baby face statement.
I'm just trying to do the right thing here. I'm trying to give back to our fans.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to give back to our fans.
What a suck ass. Oh my gosh.
Oh, these comments right here, people,
Okay, all right.
feel a little different about me.
They feel a little different about you? Did you get all the good ones out of that? Both of them for you?
There's no good ones about me, Mark.
No, come on.
Very few.
There's people out there that have to love something about you.
Well, I can tell you who doesn't.
Who doesn't like you, man? We'll go see them. We'll drive by and see them.
I don't even know how to pronounce this. D.I. Nozos 97.
D.I. Nozos.
Nozo 7.
Nozo 7.
97.
97.
Yep.
So does that mean you think 97? He was born in 97?
Probably so.
Which would make him what?
27.
27.
If that's the case.
Okay.
Yes. Or he's 97 years old. One of the two.
One of the two. All right.
Yeah.
I doubt it's 90. I doubt that.
Somewhere in between, I bet.
Yeah.
But he took time to write out a nice message here for us, or for me anyway. You're going to love this. I think Mark's podcast would be better if Matt wasn't the host.
Well,
you're the host.
I'm the
co-host. So yeah, he talks very slowly. He gets off topic a lot. He talks about the same thing on every episode. His pacing is not good. Also, he doesn't ask enough fan questions. Takes Matt like 5 minutes to get to a point. I just wish he had a different host. Like, I wish he had someone like Brian Last, who is Jim Cornette's host on his podcast. Someone who has a personality and knows how to make the show very fluid. They need to change the structure of this podcast. Matt spends way too much time talking about himself. like the episode about the ministry era. That podcast was an hour and 15 minutes, and the first 45 minutes were spent talking about this group dinner they had. It should only take 5 minutes to recap a dinner, then move on.
Wow. Man, this guy is full of critiques. I mean, what podcast does he run?
The Dianozo 97 podcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. My goodness. He has got quite the
critique there. And I've dove into it. I've broke it down. I've unpacked everything he said, and I took it to heart. And I keep him in mind now moving forward.
Moving forward, you're going to
keep him in mind on how my
I bet he
pacing
just
is.
loved us talking about the Olympics for
And
35
basketball.
and basketball. I bet he's pulled his hair out and all of his neck beard hair and everything else.
It's almost like we take our time and we want to talk about what we want to talk about sometimes. And
That's the beauty of having your own podcast.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it.
Watch
That's good.
Cornette's.
Yeah.
Or listen to Cornette's show.
Yeah.
I enjoy his show too.
I do too. I love Jim Cornette. You know that. And yeah, I think it's funny.
Could you speak a little faster?
Well, that's the thing. You know, when people make fun of like the way I talk and how slow I talk and all that stuff and my accent, you got to find something different. That's been I've been made fun of for 41 years for this accent. Basic training was not fun in the military for me. With me talking, I was Forrest Gump. I was Gump. That was your nickname. Gump, come here. That's the way I talk. So, and the funny thing was, I was dating a girl named Jenny.
Jenny.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
How perfect.
And my battle buddy was a black guy, Old Little. So, yeah. It was the movies.
Tom Hanks stole your story.
He did. He just stole it about 6 years earlier. But yeah. So if you want to make fun of me, if you want to write a negative comment about me, and you want
it's
to
one
actually...
thing. Wait. It's one thing if I make fun of you.
Yeah.
That's humor. That's just mean.
Are
your feelings hurt?
No. I want them to please write negative comments. I hope so if we get...
You don't mean that.
No, if we get 300,000 people to watch an episode, I would love nothing more than 300,000 people to write a negative comment.
Oh, I see what you're doing there, right? Good press, bad press. It's all press, right? I got you.
It's all about that algorithm.
The algorithm.
The more the comments we get, the better it is for the show.
Oh.
The more it gets put in front of people.
Should we be more entertaining then?
We should be. That part, yes. I should be. You're perfect.
It's because I have such passion for what we do, Matt.
Yeah. So doubles 75-33 wrote.
Doubles 75-33.
I'm still mentally scarred by Matt wearing flip-flops during the Mark Henry episode. You're going to agree with that one.
That other jackass,
you can't get behind what he says.
I can't get behind him, but the flip-flops, dude. That's
not your thing, huh?
I don't like looking around and seeing toe cheese. I'm just saying.
There ain't no cheese between
Go
these
ahead.
two.
Go ahead. Let Doubles do his thing.
So, I mean, he doesn't like my flip-flops. That's okay. I like my flip-flops. I don't need everybody else. One World Order 33.
One world. Wait, that's all we get out of the flip flop. You just want to get past the flip flops.
Oh no, there's more about that. I mean, even if you want to stay on that, Jay McCauley 143 said, "Matt, next time do the podcast barefoot. I dare you."
I would lose my shit. I'm just
I
telling
know
you.
you would.
I'm telling you right now. You show up barefoot, I'm gonna wreck this set, and I'm gonna use you as the hammer. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it's one thing.
I don't go barefoot. I'm not a barefoot guy.
That's just straight up hippie.
Yeah, I'm not going barefoot.
All right.
I love my flip-flops, but I'm not going barefoot. So I'm sorry, Jay McCauley, but I'm not going to go barefoot. It's not going to happen.
No.
So One World Order 33. I don't know why anybody would make that their
World Order.
Their name. So I'm not gonna, I don't take to heart anybody that says anything like this. But I mean, this one's pretty rough on me. I can't stand Matt. That's just how he opens up.
Wow. First thing out,
Right
I
out the
can't
gate.
stand Matt.
Can't stand Matt. His voice, his presence, and his comments just annoy me all the way to my DNA. But I guess if Taker likes him, he must be an okay guy.
Your comments. What? I would have not, like, if he might have, like, elaborate a little bit on,
Yeah, I mean, I
on
would
some
too.
of the comments.
It's very broad strokes.
I mean, I can name many comments, but I mean, if you're going to make a statement like that,
At least say, when Matt said
give
this,
examples.
this, and this.
Give examples.
Yeah.
And
But no, One World Order 33, man.
One World
I
Order.
can't stand Matt. Just
I mean, that's harsh just to
yeah.
come right out of the
right out the blocks. with
man
that.
alive. That's just.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't stand me.
I don't what.
I don't feel bad for me.
I do.
Really?
I mean, that's not a fair assessment. Hick, I mean,
Redneck.
redneck,
I mean, he could have,
podunk,
he could have easily.
all of those, I mean,
Yeah.
I could easily get with. But I mean, just to come out with some spew hatred like that.
Yeah.
I don't,
mean, to sit there and say, I can't stand somebody, you got to really kind of reason why. And I mean, he did say his voice, his presence. The presence, I mean, like, wow. I mean, you don't even like my presence.
I mean,
you don't even like me being in a room. Like, I don't even like me being, in the building. Like,
that's harsh, man.
If I'm sitting in a restaurant and this guy sees me, is he just going to leave?
He's
and
going to
go,
leave his dinner
I
on the
can't do
table.
this. I can't do this.
That guy over there.
The dude's presence just, yeah.
Wow. That's somebody that's investing a lot of time. And I mean, you've really rubbed his,
I guess so.
man.
My presence bothers him.
Your presence.
Yeah, that's the part that's like, wow.
Man.
I try to bring joy to a room, but
You
apparently
do.
not.
I mean, you're just like a breath of fresh air, or sometimes. Wow, I'm gonna have to take all the sharp objects away from you.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Here in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna be sitting on that beach in Mexico, smoking a cigar.
I'm gonna call you every day.
I'd love for you to.
No, you wouldn't. You don't want to hear from
Amy
me.
would kill. She would kill you and me.
I know it would almost be worth it for making me do this.
Oh man. I wonder. I mean, I should ask. Do you think Amy is One World Order 33?
We might need to investigate.
I need to look into this.
You might have. Yeah, I mean, we got people, right?
I've got somebody that can figure out who One World Order is. Yeah.
What if it just tracked her back to your computer at home? Would you be surprised?
Not at all.
Not at all. That's the thing.
Here's the thing. If this said Amy Lida, I would go,
Okay.
that checks.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
But this jackass.
This dude doesn't even know me. He just knows me by the 45 minutes, an hour that we sit on here.
Talking about nothing.
Talking about nothing. So, but, Xander Winkle was nice.
Alexander Winkle?
Yeah.
He had something nice to say finally?
Matt, you rule. I was like,
That's it?
that's it.
You rule.
Yep. See, when comments like that happen, I don't need examples on why.
You just rule.
I just rule.
You just accept your ruling. And
I'll just accept it. I'll just accept it.
who was that again? Alexander
Winkle.
Winkle.
Thanks for being nice. Thanks for being a decent person. And just saying something nice every now and then. It's not hard to say something nice.
It's real not.
No. But
I'm glad. You look how happy you are now.
it kind of makes me, yeah. So, I'm not the only one that's catching some heat.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Who else?
So I have zero idea how to say this. ABHIJITSHEHRI.
Can't you say it? I don't even waste the time.
Alphabet.
Alphabet.
Alphabet wrote this. Am I the only one who feels kind of bad for Matt? It always feels like guest and taker for whatever episode gang up and kind of bully Matt. Like the sandals, the broken ribs. Respectfully, without Matt, there's no 6 Feet Under podcast.
Oh, my God.
Like Taker never says anything nice about him.
Wait a minute. There was that one show. Hang on. There's that one. You remember that time?
This is when Nick would splice in the clip of you being nice to me, and not a clip pops up.
No. There is a clip. There is? It was early on.
Early on.
Like back when we were in the gym.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't remember those days very well.
Oh, yeah, man. I used to light you up with just comments.
Really? Nice stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Man, people have to go to Patreon to be able to go see that. We put the nice stuff of you behind the paywall.
I'm not nice. I'm nice.
You're nice.
I'm a nice guy, man.
You're the nicest guy that I know.
Hey, who invited you? I mean, really, seriously. Like,
oh, you're a very nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is a gimmick. I know it. I know that whenever you're mean to me on the show, it's just a gimmick. That's all it is.
We're living a gimmick.
That's all it is. You're just trying to,
like when we go
you're
hunting,
trying to impress people.
When we go hunting or we go play golf or it's a thing, I'm nice, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
For the most part.
Yeah. Man, sometimes I'm a little grumpy. I'm a little grumpy.
It's grumpy. That's early mornings on those hunts.
I warm up as it gets later in the day. I get nicer.
It gets later. You get back to the lodge, get you a nap in, and then
I'm a whole new person.
You're a whole new person.
Yeah.
Come time for dinner, you're rocking and rolling. You finally woke up, you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. Everybody else is ready to go to bed, but time.
You're ready to stay up
all
all
right,
night.
man, I'm going to consciously make an effort
to not be a bully.
I'm not going to bully you because in this day and age, a bully. Phew,
no
one likes a bully.
You can get canceled.
I can't get canceled.
Yeah. It's usually when your friends are on here. That's when you're really.
I wish I could get canceled.
I know that's what you wish.
I want to be canceled.
I know that's your goal. It can easily happen.
I mean, only if I let it.
But I don't think you want to let it.
Bruh.
It'd just be easier to do a farewell episode. And then we could just
get it all out of my system with one last episode.
You don't need to be canceled then. Someone did say a cucumber should have broken the streak. That's
ain't no need for that.
The dragon chaser.
Put that on whoever said that.
The dragon chaser.
The dragon chaser.
My favorite comment.
I got something you can chase. How about that? I got something you can chase with your damn cucumber comments. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit fed up with the cucumber stuff, really. And the next time, I may just slap the next person that says I'm scared of cucumbers. I'm not scared of cucumbers. I don't like cucumbers. They taste awful. They smell horrible. And they upset my stomach when I was a kid. That's the only thing. I don't like cucumbers. I don't like the smell of them. I ain't scared of nothing. Why you got to bring up cucumbers?
I didn't. The dragon chaser did.
Yeah. All right. Dragon chaser. I'm going to chase your ass down the street and beat you with a cucumber. How about that?
Dude's chasing dragons. I don't think he's scared of you.
Right. Well, hey, if he's chasing the dragon, brother, he don't give a damn. But I am getting a little hot about the cucumber. He might want
your cucumber if he's chasing the dragon.
That was a little inappropriate.
I'm just saying.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
Man, I tell you what.
That just put me in a bad mood. A cucumber comment. Why? This is uncalled for.
They said that should have broke the streak.
It should have broke the streak.
Yeah.
That's almost, I bet that's how he sounds. Yeah, cucumber should have broke the streak. But that's going to get him all fired up. Is that a cousin of yours or something?
No. He's probably got a neck beard, I bet.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Living in his mama's basement.
Writing comments like that.
Yeah. I bet no, never mind. Move on. Let's go before I get too worked up here.
Where do y'all come up with your names for YouTube? Platypus, plessis lips. Platypus, plessis lips.
You got to have almost a lisp to say that.
You got to say it.
You felt it. It almost sounds like a Dusty impression.
Oh yeah. Oh, platypus.
Platypus, if you will.
if you will, the platypus. The Mr. Platypus.
I can't wait to hear this.
Oh, if you're, platypus. This one, like, hurt me to the core.
This hurt.
This one hurt.
Platypus knocked you to your knees. Let me hear this.
This one really upset me. Brought a tear to my eye. So kind of really upset me on this one. This person, you can sit there and make fun of my voice all you want. You don't do this. You don't do this. You can cuss my mama out, but you don't do this.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Talk bad about my wife. I'm okay with it, but you don't say this. Dan Marino.
Hey, I got to make a phone call.
Yeah. Platypus said,
Wow.
F off Dan Marino.
Dude.
Never won the big one. Taker ruled his business for years. Don't nickel and dime the dead man. Taker's way better than Dan Marino. For 21 years, he was WrestleMania. Marino was impotent championship-wise. Laces out, numb nuts.
Bro. Wow. You all right? You need to take a minute?
You don't talk about Dan Marino.
Brother, I know what Dan Marino means to you. I mean, I do. You seriously, we can cut if you need to take a minute.
Marino.
Do you go outside and yell?
We sit here and talk about Ric Flair all the time. I think Dan Marino is higher than Ric Flair on my sports figures of people that I adore. So wow, when you make fun of when you pick on Marino, you are touching a side. You're poking.
You're poking the bear here. I hadn't seen this side of
I'm
you.
like a cub, but yeah. So
I haven't really seen. I hadn't seen this side.
So
of
when you do that, when you do that, that hurts.
I actually feel a little bit nervous right now.
The greatest quarterback to ever step on a football field, the greatest arm of all time.
You think?
I don't think. I know. All right, he's the greatest.
Hey, don't get hot at me. I didn't say it. Platypus did. I'm trying to be empathetic.
If Marino was on those Patriots teams, he would have had 40 rings. He could have won 20 rings, 20 years. He would have played 20 years, won 20 rings. So, yeah. Impotent in the championship wise.
Wow.
You're impotent in the
that man
penis
zero.
wise. You BlueChew. Get you some BlueChew. Platypus. You want to sit there. Who talks bad about Dan Marino like that? What's Dan Marino done to you?
Right. I mean, jeez.
You don't know me. You definitely don't know Dan Marino.
Wow. You all right? Hey, take a sip of your Happy Dad, man.
That's going to drive me to drinking.
I don't need that. One of us has to be sober.
Somebody's got to drive to the restaurant.
Don't talk about that too long, though, when we tell the story. Who? Do you need? Oh, seriously, you want to take a minute?
No.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Tell me I'll nickel and dime you.
Nickel and dime me.
What does that even mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah.
You nickel and dime me.
What does that mean?
Read it one more time. I know you don't want to. I mean,
F off Dan Marino. Never won the big one. Taker ruled his business for years.
yeah, that's true.
I don't argue with that.
Yeah, but
Don't nickel and dime the dead man.
nickel and dime the dead man. Why? I don't.
Taker's way better than Dan Marino. Yeah, you're a lot better than him in the wrestling ring.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. I just.
Dan Marino plays a completely different sport.
Yeah. I feel you, man.
For 21
it
years,
out.
he was WrestleMania.
Just get it
Marino
out.
was impotent in championship-wise. Impotent in championship-wise.
That means
Just
no baby.
no, nothing. There was nothing there.
Wow.
Just limp
Shooting
noodle.
dust.
Yeah. Laces out. Then he does an Ace Ventura reference.
Wow,
Laces out.
Wow. That was malicious. That wasn't a malicious tack, right?
Yeah,
there.
it definitely was. Nickel and dime. Please comment. What does that mean? Nickel and dime taker.
Why are you nickel and diming me?
I didn't know I was.
I didn't either, but I don't like it.
All right, something funny. This is
Are you sure you're all right?
Yeah,
I've never seen anybody attack Marino like that in front of you.
Oh, God. This used to happen to me as a kid.
Yeah.
They knew where to
hit you.
They knew where to hit me.
You can talk about your mama. You can talk about your wife. You can talk about your brother, your sister. But Marino's off
limits.
It's off limits.
Yeah. You don't do that.
You don't do that.
I know his birthday. I don't know my mama's.
For real?
September 15th, man. We celebrate it every year in my house.
That's creepy, but that's a little creepy. But all right, come on, man, let's go. We got to get off. We got to get off that subject, bro.
Okay. Oh man, platypus. The Ray Z Revolution.
The Ray Z Revolution.
The Ray Z Revolution said, if someone would have told me 10 to 20 years ago that I would hear the Undertaker say, "Steroids for your wiener," I would have thought they were smoking the devil's lettuce.
Well, yeah, probably. It wasn't on my bingo card. That's for sure. Well, we're in a different world now.
That's Mark Calloway saying that.
Yeah, that would definitely be Mark Calloway saying that. Yeah. I had to figure out a way, an analogy to identify with it, what it does, and that was what I came up with.
Yeah.
Because you take it, you get bigger, stronger.
Just chew it.
And then, do it.
Yeah.
It's simple. But yeah, it wasn't on, it wasn't on my bingo card. I never thought I'd be sitting down here talking about people writing comments either. on my podcast. Give me a break. I didn't have that on my bingo card either. What you need to do, Mark, is you need to do a podcast. You got all these stories and all this you've never talked about. That's the worst idea ever.
Come to find out, you also can't remember them.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. I don't remember. The only ones that I can remember are the ones I can't tell.
Exactly. So yeah, steroids for your wiener. Go to BlueChew.com and
this dude's trying to muscle in on our endorsement here, our
come
sponsor.
On now. This is BlueChew's been good to us.
Yeah, but they've been pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't need BlueChew.
No.
But most people that take steroids don't need steroids either.
I might take some BlueChew down to Mexico with me.
That would probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get in your business like that, but
you go down to the pharmacies down in Mexico, though.
Dude, they got
the good stuff.
I mean, it may not be the most sanitary or the
but it gets the job done.
Hey, I'm gonna leave that to you, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
With what you eat and don't get sick or bothered by, I'm sure.
I'm the only person that ever went to Mexico, came back, got sick because of the food on the airplane and not the food that I ate in Mexico. Yep. That happened to me.
I don't doubt that one.
Yep. I had a 24-hour virus from eating chicken on the plane ride. Never did that again. Ate street tacos for 3 straight days.
Bet they were good too.
Oh, God, they're phenomenal. Phenomenal. I went to a place like last night here, Matt's El Rancho. It's been around since like 1950-something.
You're doing it again.
Getting off topic. Mm-hmm. God, just give me on food. All right. The FET 4207.
The FET? FET?
The FET. F-E-T-T. The FET.
The FET.
4207. You're going to agree with this one. Wearing flip-flops with shorts is okay, but wearing them with pants just makes you look like a dork.
Can't argue with that.
And then, good Lord, man, these names, Shindri, I don't know, Shindr. ITHARGRIETHRAT 8408.
Does like the computer come up with that name as like a?
I think it's just like that's your. You can use that as your like password, and no one's ever going to figure that out.
0% chance anyone will ever hack that.
Yeah. Sorry, Taker. Love you, but a grown man wears what he wants. Thank you. Shendri Thragrythrut.
Oh, now you're going to try and pronounce it now that he's got something to say to me.
Yeah.
You're right. A grown man does wear what he wants to.
Yeah.
But it is 6 feet under. There's a difference between the host and the co-host.
And this goes into the next one. Charlie Waters, 5289.
I don't like flip-flops. No, I got to finish this off. Somebody they want to chime in. Yeah, he can wear whatever the hell he wants. He does wear whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, there's no.
And it's my right to criticize what he wears because I don't like it. So take that and put it up your name that no one can pronounce and come up with something a little more original next time, you jackass. How about that?
Charlie Waters, 5289. Charlie Waters.
You think it was the Dallas Cowboys, Charlie Waters?
I doubt it. 52. Okay. Charlie Waters, 5289. The guy with the beard needs to learn to shut up.
Wow. That's brilliant. That right there. The guy with the beard, a.k.a. Bud.
Yep. Savior the Sun.
Savior?
The Sun.
The Sun. The guy with the beard.
No. Charlie Waters said that.
Oh, that was Charlie Waters. Oh, yeah. We've moved on.
Savior the Sun said, I'd love to subscribe to this, but the redneck Southern hillbilly host is too annoying to listen to.
That be you? Or is it me?
I don't know, because you're the host.
Yeah.
You're Southern.
I'm Southern.
You're definitely a redneck.
Proudly.
You do spend a lot of time in the hill country now.
I do. Wait, read the comment again.
I'd love to subscribe to this, but the redneck Southern hillbilly host is too annoying to listen to. I'm going to assume he's talking about me, but I would like to think he's talking about you.
You would like to think it was me.
Yeah, but I doubt that.
It could. I mean, it could be, but
yeah, I don't think he would like to probably subscribe to a podcast that would be just me, though. So he's probably talking about me. That would be my.
I bet he subscribed anyway.
More than likely. Redneck Southern hillbilly.
Redneck Southern hillbilly.
That's me.
Wow. It's a very judgmental list of comments that you've got here.
Yeah. I will not say the name of this next person. Gaming, and you almost got me with this next word. Yeah, that would definitely cancel us.
I see what you did. Can you spell it? No.
It starts with an N.
Oh, good Lord.
So definitely, yeah. Dude, your best episodes are whenever you shoot with other wrestlers. Your mentally deficient, low IQ host is never going to get that. Get him out and replace him with the boys.
With the boys, like he's like one of them. Like, oh man, it's a tough group, man. It's a tough crowd.
Did he write that name out to have me say it? Trying to get me fired off the show.
Well, I can't imagine anybody would think that we would be stupid enough, one, to read the comments, two, to actually do a show on the comments. I mean, we're at the bottom of the barrel with this anyway. I can't imagine somebody would have the presence of mind to think, you know what? At about episode 25 or 26, where are we at? 26?
No, I think this is
27, whatever, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
They're going to read comments.
Yeah.
I mean, that's somebody got issues.
Yeah. Someone said Undertaker was this disconnected. Disconnected.
That's their name.
Yeah.
Disconnected. Okay. All right.
Undertaker talks so slowly in real life that I had to speed up the audio so I can finish listening to him talk.
That's you sure that wasn't from Michelle McCool?
No,
Because she says I'll tell a story for 3 days. Hey, I have to think about what I say.
Yeah.
And then by the time it gets up to my damaged brain and comes back out, sometimes my pace may be a little slow. I'm going to, you know what? Hey, I'm sure you got a lot of busy things in your life that you're doing, and taking the time to listen to me talk takes so much. So, hey.
But, I appreciate all the comments from everyone.
Well,
One of the comments on here, and there's been a lot of people that have made this comment about the name of the show. People saying, it should have been Dead Man Walking.
Or Dead Man Talking.
Dead Man Talking.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 6 feet under.
Yeah. Also,
What else? What else you got?
There's some, using certain names or as a little, you might not be able to use certain names sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, there are certain names I can't use.
Yeah.
Without paying a hefty price. This is if you haven't picked up on this yet, this is a very low budget show.
Very low budget. Yeah.
I mean, and the reason that we don't have guests every week, we just can't afford them.
They cost too much.
They cost too much. I'm not in this to lose money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in this to occupy a few hours of my day, drink some Happy Dads, hang out with my bud. And if somebody happens to be entertained along the way, then, hey, it's a win. But
I saw one comment too, and it wasn't on this list, but it was they were arguing, like there was a long mess of people arguing. It was like, yeah, I mean, this is Mark's friend. That's why he's on there with him. They're friends. The guy was like, yeah, Mark picked the wrong friend.
Okay, so this was your idea.
Yeah. Yep. Took about a year or so of convincing.
Didn't reluctantly kicking, dragging my feet the whole way, just not wanting really to. Didn't feel like this was going to be my vibe, and I don't think that it really is. But we're moving right along anyway. I do know that there's been a lot of requests for different guests and different people, and obviously the shows with guests, I think,
are better.
They're better because it's obviously, we can only talk to each other for
and
so
you're just
much.
Naturally, you're hanging out with a guy that maybe you worked with for 10 or 20 years.
Yeah, so those are usually really honest and genuine and
those
easy
are fun
conversations
episodes for us too. I mean, those are fun episodes for us,
right? Because but it's just you have to, people have to realize that all these people are scattered out all over the country, some of them all over the world, and
some of them are still working.
A lot of them are still working, and then trying to coordinate schedules and get people down here to Austin is not the easiest thing in the world to do. We are working on it. We hear you. We're trying to get Kane. We're trying to get Mankind. We're trying to get all these people. We just have to. Sometimes it works out, and we can line up guests, and obviously we're going to continue to get people outside of our this genre.
Yeah,
I like saying that fancy. That's kind of a fancy word. Genre. Did I say it wrong?
I don't know.
Okay, that's all right. Look,
I have a low IQ.
You do have a low IQ, and Hillbilly Bud over there is correcting me on how I say the word.
My low IQ.
But anyway, if we're going to continue to do this, obviously we will try and bring on the guests that people are clamoring for, and continue to do things somewhat out of the box, I guess. That's the appeal. I don't know what our appeal is.
The first one is it's you. We'll start there.
Well, that's going to wear out. That's going to
wear out at some point.
Yeah, that's going to lose
its luster after a while.
Especially if I'm not talking about wrestling.
Exactly. If this turns into a football podcast like it might in the next couple of
The
weeks.
next couple of weeks, yeah, it's right around the corner.
I think honestly the appeal is going to be two things. I think people want the guys that you worked with kind of back in the day of telling just stories about not only your matches but just being on the road together. I think people love to hear that. And then I think it's that the new generation potentially sitting down and having conversations with you. The guys that are working today, the Gunthers, the Cody Rhodeses, those guys sitting down here with you and y'all having a conversation about wrestling and how things have changed, how things were in your day, how they are now, how they've still overlap, and some things just don't change. And that's the stuff that I think people are really going to want to see as well. They're going to want to see some of these newer folks sit down with you, but they're still wanting to see the Kanes and the Triple H's and those guys that y'all had, and the Shawn Michaels, and where y'all had these epic matches together, and to kind of be able to dissect those and learn a little bit more about y'all's relationships as well outside of the ring.
I may have to get to a point where we're going to have to travel, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. It takes everything I got to drive across town.
To the studio.
To the studio, but if we're going to continue to do this, and plus, I'm kind of dragging my feet because I don't really want to hit I don't want to do a BSK reunion show.
Kane could potentially do that, or a Mankind could potentially do that.
That's what I can't stream those back to back. Like if I did a Kane, Mankind, Shawn Michaels, that would catapult things. So I'm just kind of dragging the anchor right now, trying to slow it all down.
The venue's already asking about it. Steve's already like, all right, man, I got things lined up. I was like, Mark's fighting tooth and nail on this.
Is it natural for somebody to hope that their show is not successful?
I really hope this fails.
This fails. So like I could be shooting my bow right now or something. But
well, not in this heat.
You got to get conditioned, brother.
All right. Well, another great episode, I guess,
or something.
But appreciate you showing up this week.
Hey, it's 2 weeks in a row, buddy.
That's 2 weeks in a row. Also, go comment, whether it's positive or negative. We appreciate all the comments. And you never know, one of yours might get pulled and get read and talked about. You might get made fun of. One of us might threaten you. Any of those things, I don't know. You never know what's going to happen on here. Just keep Dan Marino out your mouth. That's all I got to say.
That's all you ask.
Yeah, just keep Dan Marino out your mouth. But if we continue to do this, we just want to make sure that we say thank you to Happy Dad for sponsoring this episode and supplying us with some phenomenal hard iced tea and that Texas logo
that's pretty
can
good
over
stuff,
there.
Man. I like that. First Form
with their energy drink supplements, all that good stuff.
Wiley X,
man, keeping the sun out of your eyes,
even in the studio.
That's right.
You never know.
Mando for making us not stink. We appreciate the deodorant and the soap. If you want to try to get off all that nasty tobacco, go get you some Artisan Grange.
That's good. I like that, man.
Yeah, it makes it's almost like a breath mint for you too. Great products that they have over there. We mentioned it during the episode. Old BlueChew, man.
They've been with us for a while now.
Steroids for the wiener.
They ain't failed us yet. Mexico might be the BlueChew. We need some my boy here.
We need some.
We need some supply. He's going to Mexico.
We're going to Mexico, baby. We're gonna
with his wife. Let's
with
make
my
sure
wife.
with your wife.
Absolutely, 100% with Amy for most of the trip.
That's it.
So appreciate all the sponsors. Thank y'all. And if you guys haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and go get yourself some merch over at 6feetundermerch.com. All right, Mark.
We'll see you next week, bud.
See you next week.